Hey peeps, we're doing something a little bit different today. This is Le Brother making salt brine pickles. When I was a kid, my dad loved pickles. He told stories about his dad making pickles and selling them. They are salt brine pickles. They are not like store-bought pickles in any way, shape, or form. And that was the reason we planted pickling cukes. That, and I like them better than big seeded cukes. So picklers are what I've always planted, even for eating purposes. So I just thought it would be fun to drag you along. So I've got some video clips of Le Brother doing his pickling, and we'll look at those and be right back. Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put some garlic in the bottoms to start with. So we're making 2 different batches. I'm going to get about half of the garlic in each because we do want a little bit of garlic in there. Then we're going to stuff them with cucumbers. And since these are kind of small, we're going to try and arrange them in here and fit as many as we can in. And this is going to be our batch of cucumbers.
And all of these cucumbers are from the garden.
Yeah.
In case somebody wanted to know.
So I'm trying to leave a little bit of headroom because I'm going to use this to hold them down because I got nothing else, because I broke our nice, beautiful item that was ordered.
Do you want to use the weight? We can use the weight on top.
No, it won't fit in.
Okay.
So the next thing is we're going to put in some pickling spices and dill. Now it calls for real dill, but we don't have any. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in some dill weed and some dill seed. Dill weed in the white, dill seed in the black, so we can see which one's better. What do you think of that?
Yeah, because I've always used weed. I've never done the seeds.
Well, I think the weed is okay, but the seeds are easier to get out because they're chunks.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they impart the flavor, but they don't get all hooked up on there. At least you can brush them off. So that goes to the dill, because these are primarily dill.
We should have planted dill, I suppose.
I suppose. Then we've got pickling spices that we're going to put in. And we're kind of guessing because this is supposed to be for a big run on it. And then I've previously mixed up some salt. And this
So
is
we're doing salt brine pickles.
Yeah, salt brine. So this is about 3%, I think. 2 tablespoons per cup of water. And so we're going to put this in here and fill it up just that much. I'm lucky I got enough in there. And these are going to go on top to push them down, because we do need to submerge them. And we'll fill those with water. You follow what I'm saying?
It's to keep the pickles under the water.
Yeah, the pickles have to be fully submerged. So we'll do that in there. And I'll have to mix up some extra over time to, because it'll evaporate. Then we will fill those up with water.
Do you know how long it takes to cure?
They say check them after a couple of weeks. Take one out and bite it. And if you like the consistency, it's done. If you don't, go longer. But they say anywhere from 3 to 6 or 8 weeks, depending on, you know, how everything stacks up. So, but these will get all foamy and stinky. And so it might not be ideal to do it in my place, but I'm going to do that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple of towels and put over top of them to keep anything from getting out.
And fruit flies from hanging out.
Yeah, whatever it is that's wanting to.
There's going to be fruit flies. It's going to, when it starts being odoriferous.
So we'll put this over to kind of keep it. And we're going to set these here for now until I can't stand it. I might have to find someplace else to put them. But this is convenient.
In the laundry room?
Yeah, this is going to be convenient because
at least until they get smelly. Woohoo!
There you go.
Pickles are started. Okay, it's been 1 week. We're checking them out. Oh, look at that. They smell like pickles.
Nice.
Ooh, they look good. 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Okay. 1 more week. I'm ready.
Okay, so we did 2 batches of pickles this time. And the main reason we did them 2 batches is we had some dill weed and some dill seed. And I wanted to try and see if there was any difference between the two in flavor. If you look at these, I don't like the look of the dill weed because we get all these little particles everywhere. And so it looks so much cleaner. So I don't know which one's better or which one's worse, but what we're going to do is package them up separate and then we'll test them. Now these feel a little bit, we're at 10 days now, and I think that's more than what I probably will do next time. We'll just have to see. So we're just simply going to take these out of here. They are quite salty at this point, and so we're going to try and get some of the salt off and work it out there. And I do want the garlic, because the garlic is good. Can you see that?
Yeah. Yum.
Yeah.
Well, just so you know, the one we tasted yesterday was yummy.
Uh-huh.
A little bit salty, but yummy.
Which is what's going to happen because they do get very salty in there. So what we'll do is we'll rinse them off some. My plan today is to put them into a water bath and in the refrigerator. I will in the future probably can some of these. You got to run them through a heat process. So we'll see how that goes. But for right now, I'm just going to kind of put these into these jars. And I cleaned up a bunch of jars. I have no idea how many are actually going to be needed to make this go. And let's put in a thing or two there. Looks like I might need just 2 jars here, but you can see that they're a little bit pickled more than I think what I'm going to want. So we may not go a full 10 days next time. So I like a nice crunch on my pickles. So there we got 2 jars worth out of this run here. And a couple of these in. And there we go. Now, this water here is highly salty, and I'm not going to put it down the sink. I'm not convinced that's any good for the septic system. So we'll take that outside and dispose of it outside. My guess is the flavor between these two won't be too much different. It's just that all those little yuckies are on there. But I just wanted to check to see if I need to be picky going forward with
that's because you had, it wasn't fresh dill, it was like out of a...
Yeah, we couldn't find any fresh dill.
Yeah.
So...
next year we'll have to try to grow some.
Grow some fresh dill. So...
I think you should tell the story about getting cucumbers with Dad.
Okay. When we were kids, my dad one year made, I don't know, 4 or 5 of those big wooden 45-gallon barrels full of pickles. And anytime he saw a good deal on pickles, he was after it, or cucumbers, he was after it. And we was driving down the road one day, and we came upon this farm that had a cucumber sale. And they had a lot of cucumbers. And we got out there, and he took the seats out of the back of the Rambler and filled it full of cucumbers and said he'd come back and get the seat later. Never did, so the Rambler always had no seat in it after that, but we had to kind of lay on the cucumbers there to get back home because it was absolutely full of pickles, cucumbers that were made into pickles. And if you ask us kids, all of us have memories. These are going to be our tasty ones here.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna water a lot of these out a little bit today. Gonna taste them. So we all have memories of peeling lots and lots of garlic to make those barrels and barrels and barrels of pickles, and they were really good. So these are fermented pickles. We've fermented them for 10 days. Definitely, if you're going to can these, you're supposed to run them up to 180 degrees for about 30 minutes to preserve them. So I'm going to want to pickle them less so that they have some crunch. But these will be just fine in the refrigerator like this. This will also help dissipate some of the salt, the way we got going here. So I'm getting these mixed up, aren't I? I want to make sure that I keep them straight so we know which ones are which.
Yeah, the flavor.
Yeah.
Checking the flavor.
So these are the dill seeds, and the others were the dill weeds. So these are going to go in the refrigerator, and they will keep for a while in the refrigerator without a problem.
Assuming we don't eat them in 2 days.
Yeah, we may do that. So.
I don't think they'll be can worthy by the time we get done.
Yeah, they need to sit there, I think, and dissipate some of that.
But look, the dill weed is all over this one.
Yeah.
That one's much cleaner.
So there you have it. We're going to start a new batch. We're going to start a new batch of pickles today. And this is the awesome pickler that Rinda bought for us.
This is a real live pickler.
So it's got the rim around where you can put water in so it keeps the air out, and if it gets fermenting and bubbling, it can bubble out. And we've got a single big pot. So we might do some dill weed and some dill seed in to make this one. At this point, I suspect it doesn't matter, just that it looks kind of gross.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
Hey, what did you think? They are, at this point, really salty. They will get some of that salt out. It doesn't all come out, but if you like salt brine pickles, that's how you do it, and they are very good. I'm not a huge salt fan, so they're a little bit strong for me, but I still eat them. It's reminiscent of my youth, and you know how it is when you're reminded of your youth. You do weirdness. We just won't. Let's not go there at all. Anyways, that's it, peeps. I hope this finds you absolutely flamazing. Stay blessed. Until next time. Hey, you made it to the end. Please hit like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.